Fam, I want to read to you Revelations 5, the scroll and the lamb. Then I saw on the right hand of him who was seated on the throne a scroll written within and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. You got this scroll sealed 1, 2, 3, 4. Sealed 7 of them. And a mighty angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals?" And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth that's something to talk about, was able to open the scroll or to look into it. And I began to weep loudly because no one was found worthy. Got to be found worthy with God when He judges you. The books are opened. Are you worthy for heaven? Are you worthy for paradise with God? Are you balanced in favor of God? And I began to weep loudly because no one was found worthy to open the scroll or to look into it. And one of the elders said to me, "Weep no more. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered, so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals." Pay attention right here. And between the throne and the 4 living creatures, we know there's living creatures around God's throne. God's throne is described in the Bible. Beautiful. It's even got a purple rainbow above it. It's got torches all around His throne and 4 living creatures, as well as the cherubims with eyeballs all through the body, inside and out. Among the elders I saw a lamb standing as though it had been slain, with 7 horns and with 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. Does that sound confusing? Well, it is what it is. I've seen one of those eyes, and I will make a video of what it looks like. It's beautiful. All y'all men who love wood and antique designs and flows and curves, this eyeball is beautiful. This eye is about 3 foot long. It's our eye, but it's turned sideways. Okay, it's not the evil eye, it's God eye. No matter what Hollywood tells you, the evil eye, it is the 7 eyeballs that roam the earth, as with 7 horns. Maybe that's what's going to blow the trumpet. Everybody can hear it. There's 7 of them blowing simultaneously. Just a thought. But I've seen one of those eyes, and that's going to be an awesome video. Hopefully I get someone to paint it and design it perfectly. Which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. Not just when the scroll is open. These things already roam the earth. They already see everything which you think is hidden. But you can't hide anything from an omnipresent God. You can't hide nothing. God says, "Go in your prayer closet and pray to me, for I see all things in secret." Don't go out in the public and pray and try to look righteous. Go right there in the closet and pray those things. God knows what you need. So don't forget, He'll give what you need. The Father is truly good. He shines on the wicked and the just. But be worthy. Be worthy. And He went and took the scroll from the right hand of him who was seated on the throne. And when He had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each holding a harp, golden bowl full of incense, which are the prayers full of saints. I'll say a prayer right now. Pray for the homeless to stay warm this winter. Pray for the children to still have joy when we see inflation, hyperinflation, that we can still buy toys and gifts for kids that bring that excitement and joy to them. To take care of the elders, women out there that don't have the church to go to spend time with because they closed down the fear of COVID. COVID been around. Pestilence has been around since Jeremiah, King David's day. It ain't nothing new. Don't go closing the church. Go forsaken gathering amongst yourself because something has already existed and you haven't seen it in 100 years. Remember, the Spanish flu was 1909 as well. It's because you haven't seen it in 100 years and you don't go hiding for a whole year. Come on. What are those women doing? What are those women who lost their husbands doing? Just twiddling at home? They got something to do for the Lord too. They want to work for the Lord. Don't keep them twiddling at home. Open your churches back up. Which are the prayers of the saints? And they sang a new song. So I pray that Jesus, that you restore this land. But I understand when you've had enough as well. But restore this land, Father, and protect the ones who fear your name and honor you and continue to want to do good for you, Jesus. I pray that prayer. Take care of the homeless. Take care of the elders out there and the children. Worthy are you to take the scroll and to open its seals. For you were slain, and by your blood you ransomed people for God. He chooses you. He picks you. When you get tired of your sin, you're sick and tired of it, and you drop to your knees, and the enemy has surrounded you, and the wolves are ready to pounce on you, God says, do you need me now? Do you want me now? And you say, yeah, I do. Okay, will you stay with me? Yes, I'll stay. I'll stay. Man, he ransomed you. That means it was time. Aren't you sick of this bondage, or is it time? Aren't you sick of this hate? Aren't you tired of lifting up your heritage? Chosen people are the Jewish. It's not the Irish. It's not the African. It's not the people from Hawaii, Samoan. Okay? Stop lifting up your heritage. Stop lifting up the past. Well, I'm a vet. And I was in the Iraqi war. I'm not going to go wearing hats about that. I'm going to go lift that up and let that be my identity. I want to go save some souls. I want to go encourage somebody. Say, hey, man, you know God loves you. Well, I'm going through this. I'm going through this. Hey, brother, you want to pray about it? I figured I'd do it on my own. Well, I got my hat here from World War II and Vietnam and Iraq and Korea, and I'm just living in the past. Don't live in the past, guys. The books are going to be opened. They got to turn the pages of your life. They can't stay in 2000. They can't stay in 1969. They can't stay in 1929. They can't. They got to keep flipping. What have you done? What have you done for Christ? They can't stay in one page. He ransomed you. He knew when you said, enough's enough. I need you, Jesus. For every tribe and language and people and nation, he ransomed from every tribe, language, people, and nation. He ransomed this Irish boy right here. He ransomed me. The Indians that choose to obey God. He ransomed every tribe, nation. The ones who finally say, I've seen God. I've had a dream of him. Well, some have. I bet they fell. I bet they got serious then. And you have made them a kingdom and priests to our God. That means you can't shut up. When you come talk to me, man, this guy's always talking about God. He won't ever talk about football with me. He always turns a football game into God. He always turns a Star Wars movie into about God. He always turns a Superman, Batman movie into about God. Then I looked, and I heard around the throne the living creatures and elders the voice of many angels, numbering myriads and thousands, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth and wisdom and might. Wealth. And I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and sea and all that them saying, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb to be blessing and honor and glory and might forever and ever. Let's go to the seventh seal here, where Trump and Biden are still going back and forth. The numbers are flying off the charts. They're increasing, right? Well, we got 100,000 votes here. We got 100,000 votes here. Well, we'll just keep on climbing. When will it end? When will it end? And then it ends. And people aren't happy. People use their emotion. God says, guard your heart. And your anger and hatred for someone flows over and flows into the streets, flows into your business, and becomes theft, stealing. And that anger just says, well, this is the way it's going to be. I'm going to do it my way too. Then I watched when the Lamb opened one of the seven seals, and I heard one of the four living creatures say with a loud voice, thunder come. And I looked, and behold, a white horse, and its rider had a bow, and a crown was given to him. And he came out conquering and to conquer. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, come. And come out another horse, bright red. Its rider was permitted to take peace from the earth. Jesus says, you think I come to bring peace? I come to bring the sword. I want to know who's mine and who ain't. I want to know who keeps living in sin and loving that sin. Let the things of the earth be earthly, and let the things of the heavenly be heavenly. You got to pick a side. You got to deny yourself. And was permitted to take peace from the earth, so that people should slay one another, brother against brother, slaying in the street, letting your anger get up, letting it be about a president, and then making it about a color or a race. Man, y'all have lost y'all's marbles. And he was given a great sword. That means these people who are dying, they never knew God. That's why I say teach your kids now while there's hope. When he opened the third seal, are your grandchildren. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine." Oil and wine. A denarius is a day's wage. Most people in the middle class make about $70 to $140 a day. Okay, that's about the average. Most Americans make between $30,000 a year and $45,000 a year. Okay, they're talking about a day's wage. Can we see this happen to Trump? An inflation, deflation? We see right now gas is low, but we see other things skyrocketing. Lumber. Go to Home Depot. Look how much lumber is in Home Depot. Lowe's. Lumber skyrocketing. Some things not so. So we can see this to come after the election. Okay? But put your trust in God. Do good for God, for He knows everything you do in secret. He knows. Let those good deeds be exposed on earth when that day of judgment comes. Let those good deeds follow you. For there are a light upon your feet, folks. Keep trusting Jesus. Pray to your Father. Brother, you got 7 eyeballs and 7 horns roaming the earth. You can't hide nothing. And I've seen one of those eyes. I can't wait to make that video. God bless. Jesus loves you. And come to your Father. He will protect you during these times.